Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're doing things a little different. Today I decided to do a ranking video. Toy Story 5 is out right now, so Toy Story inspired this video. I'm gonna wait for that movie to go on streaming and I'll tell you why once I start ranking these films, but I was inspired to do this video and rank all the Pixar films based on how much I cry while watching them. I love me a good Pixar film. I think Pixar is the best animation film. There is actually a documentary on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but I remember watching it on Netflix a long time ago. It's about how Pixar came to be. And I remember crying watching that documentary. It was so good and inspiring. So I love Pixar. I think their films are low-key for adults because the themes that they explore, kids don't quite understand that. They just, they advertise the films for children and as family films so the family could go to the movie theater, spend $100 plus $200, probably more, $500 on tickets and snacks. And then through these movies, they make toys and merchandise, which the kids would want to buy, so the parents might buy them. And that's how they make their billions of dollars. Anyways, the point is that I love Pixar films, and I've seen all of them. So, except Toy Story 5, because it just came out. But I decided to rank every single one of them based on how much I cry. I am only ranking their feature films. They also have short films. But for this video, I'm only gonna rank the feature films. There is one short film that I broke down when I watched it. It's about two clouds, and it was such a beautiful film. I was bawling. This was a short film that came before. I think it might have been Up. I don't remember which movie it was. Or it might have been, I don't remember which one it was. But it was a short film that played before another feature films. It's about clouds, and I broke down and cried. It was so good. Anyways, but we're not gonna include the short film in the ranking. It's just feature films. And Pixar has made 31 films since their birth in 1995. And I will be ranking using the following categories. First category is It Hit My Soul. That's how good it was. I could not hold it together. I was crying like a baby. I couldn't even breathe because I was crying so much. The second one is It Tickled My Soul. It didn't quite hit my soul. I didn't cry, but I did feel good at the end. I was like, oh, that was a nice message. Then it was a cute film. It was watchable. It had its moments. Followed by Brand Loyalty. I only watched this because it was Pixar. The only thing pulling me to watch the film was Brand Loyalty. I didn't cry. I didn't really feel anything. It was just okay. And then finally, A Cash Grab, which is a combination of two things. One, this movie is a cash grab. Disney and Pixar just want money. I don't even care to watch this. And then the second part is the trailer didn't really catch my attention. I didn't really care to go to the theaters or even press play on Disney Plus. Even if it was Pixar, it just didn't look, I didn't care for it. So I didn't watch it. So those are the categories. And we'll begin with the movie that started everything. The movie that started Pixar, Toy Story. The very first one from 1995. And Toy Story, it's about a cowboy toy that gets a little jealous when Andy, his owner, buys a brand new spaceman, Buzz Lightyear, a brand new toy that comes in and thinks he's a real astronaut. Anyways, the very first Toy Story, for me at the time, I did not cry, but it did tickle my soul. So I'm going to move Toy Story, the very first one, to It Tickled My Soul. It was a good movie. I didn't really cry. Then the second one, which came after Toy Story, A Bug's Life, which was a cute film. So we'll put it here. A Bug's Life was just a cute film for me. If you're not familiar with A Bug's Life, it's about a misfit ant looking for warriors to save his colony from a greedy grasshopper. From greedy grasshoppers, multiple. So he recruits a group of bugs who turn out to be an inept circus troupe. So A Bug's Life was cute. It came out in 1998, followed by, it wasn't followed by that one actually. So the next one, it's going to be Monsters, Inc. I watched this and I remember you know what? I wanted to cry. I'm going to tell you a story about Monsters, Inc. I went to watch it in the theaters with some friends. And I remember it was me, a girl, and two other boys. It wasn't a date. We were just like hanging out. And we were watching Monsters, Inc. And I wanted to cry. So I'm going to say it tickled my soul when, oh my God, what did I do? Right there. I'm going to say it tickled my soul because when the monster, I forgot the name, Sullivan went to reunite with Boo, the guy that was sitting next to me was bawling, crying. I mean, to him, it hit his soul. But I just remember laughing because he goes, "This is the saddest thing since Simba's father died." I was literally about to cry, but then that made me laugh so much. So for that, I'm gonna say that it tickled my soul. Then we go to Finding Nemo. We know Finding Nemo. It's about a dad who goes into an adventure trying to find his son who was captured and brought to Australia, into Sydney, Australia. So he joins forces with a fish that has a memory problem. Well, you guys know Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo, to me, I did not cry during Finding Nemo. I will say that it was a cute film. It didn't tickle my soul, but I enjoyed it. It had its moments. It was fun. It was a cute film. The Incredibles. The Incredibles came out in 2004. I remember liking this movie, but I don't remember crying. And I'm gonna say this also was a cute film. It was a family film, you know, they're all superheroes. It was cute. Then Up, oh my God, Up hit my soul. This movie, I think the 10 minutes, the montage that tells the story of Ali, it's Ali, his wife, I think, and the old guy, how they go from like adults from kids until he's an adult and everything that they go through. That montage, I was bawling. I could not breathe. I was crying so much. And for that, this movie just hit my soul. Oh my God, yeah, this thing keeps moving. Okay. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3. It hit my soul. For me, Toy Story ended with Toy Story 3. This movie the moment when there's a scene when they're all like going down this trash thing that it's burning up and they're all trying to like fight together, trying to get out. And then there's a moment, I think, I don't know if it's Woody or his girlfriend, I forgot her name. But they realize they're not going anywhere. And they just decide to embrace it and just hold hands, and they're like, you know what? And there's like no dialogue, it's just all through them like fighting and then just realizing and then giving up and just holding hands and like, you know what, we're gonna die, let's just all die together. That just hit my soul because I was like, oh my God, they're gonna die. And I was bawling, crying. Even thinking about it, I get emotional. Because it was it wasn't a beautiful moment because they were about to die. But just like everything that they, fighting for their lives, realizing that, you know what, we're gonna die, and then holding hands like, let's just die embrace each other so we could do it together. And then the aliens came and the alien toys come and save them. That hit my soul. I was crying like a baby. Wall.E. I really like Wall.E. I think Wall.E tickled my soul. His little robot behind falling in love with Eva. Eva. He was so cute. It tickled my soul. I'm gonna say Ratatouille. This cooking rat in Paris. This was a cute film. I thought it was enjoyable. It had cute moments, funny moments. Overall, it was just cute. It didn't do anything else for me. Cars. Is this Cars? Is this the first one? Let me see. Cars. This was brand loyalty. I did not care for this film. I watched it because it was Pixar. I thought it was gonna be good, but then it was like, I just watched it like with a straight face. This was brand loyalty to me. Next. Oh my God, you know what? Oh, you know what's happening now? I set this up to be... Okay, give me a second. I'm going to reframe this because let me see what happens. I'm just gonna leave it like this and see what happens. Next is the dinosaur. The dinosaur, I feel like this was also brand loyalty. It didn't do anything to me. I watched it. It wasn't, I don't even want to say that it was a cute film. I feel like it's in between a cute film and brand loyalty. I'm just gonna keep it to brand loyalty. I didn't really care for this movie either. I just watched it because it was Pixar. Inside Out. Let me tell you a story about Inside Out. I watched this movie on a plane. And when Bing Bong sacrificed himself to save Riley, it hit my soul. I was crying like a baby. I am so glad no one sat next to me because I could not hold it together. I was on a plane. I was visiting my friend in LA. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen this movie. This is probably a cute film. When Bing Bong, he was like, take care of Riley. It hit my soul. Brave. Brave was just a cute film for me. It didn't really do anything. I remember my friend talking about, oh my God, it was so good. It was so great. I was like, did we watch the same film? Because it was just cute to me. It was just like a cute film. Monsters University. I feel like this was brand loyalty to me. It didn't really do anything to me. It was okay, but it was more, I watched it more because I really loved Monsters Inc. I was like, oh, the second one, it was about like their relationship, Sullivan and the other. Well, you know, it's too late. There's a line from Monsters Inc., the first one that I loved, and I just remember laughing so much when I heard it. This guy, what's his name? This is Sullivan, Mike Wazowski. When the little lizard is holding him back against the wall, he's like about to punch him. He goes, just let me go. I have a nice car, and if you let me go, I'll give you a ride in my car. I don't know why I found that so funny. I think it's because I thought he was like, you can take my car, but he's like, no, I'd rather die, but I'll give you a ride if you let me go. I thought that was funny. But anyways, Monsters University, it was brand loyalty. I don't really remember caring for it. Cars 2, I'm gonna tell you right here, I didn't even care for this movie. I'm like, I'm not watching this. Not even brand loyalty. I did not care for the first one. I was like, Cars 2 doesn't, I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't care. Toy Story 4, this is a cash grab, okay? Like I said, for me, Toy Story ended at Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4 was a cash grab. They just wanted money. And the same thing for Toy Story 5, if I'm quite honest with you. They should have, I don't even care for Toy Story 5. I'm gonna wait for it to come on Disney Plus. That's the only time I'm gonna watch it. But Toy Story 4 was a cash grab for me. The Incredibles 2, which took, I don't know how many years to make. The Incredibles 2, I'm gonna say brand loyalty. I liked the first one, so I was like, okay, let me watch the second one. Even though it's been so long, I could barely remember the first one. I think I had to watch the first one again before I started watching the second one. But to me, Incredibles 2 was just brand loyalty. Coco. Oh my God, Coco. When Miguel came back from the land of the dead, Miguel is his name, right? Let me just make sure. I don't want to give you any misinformation with names, but I'm pretty sure it's Miguel. Yes, Miguel. When Miguel came back from the land of the dead, and because you know the guy, the dad was fading away, and the only way for him to stay alive was for Mama Coco to remember him, and he came back and started playing the guitar, and Mama Coco started singing, "Remember Me." It hit my soul. I was crying like a baby. I was like, oh my God, Mama Coco. And they started singing that song together. And she remembered him. And she's like, Papa. It hit my soul. It was, I love this. I love Coco. Cars 3, another one. I did not care for this movie. I was like, I'm not watching this. Cars 3. I did not care for the first one or the second one. I saw the preview and I was like, I don't care. Finding Dory. Finding Dory. Oh my God, this movie. Finding Dory. Finding Dory, I will say, I mean, even though it was brand loyalty, I did enjoy it. So I'm gonna say that it was a cute film. It wasn't as good as the first one. I feel like none of them are as good as actually, I feel like Toy Story 3 might have been better than Toy Story 1. But that's just my opinion. But Finding Dory, I thought it was a cute film. It had its cute moments. I enjoy watching it. So that's that. Buzz Lightyear.
Shopping for your next car?
What the hell is this?
What about a sunroof?
Oh my God. I'm sorry, that just came on. Buzz Lightyear. This movie came out during the pandemic, I believe. And I feel like this might be, this is in the Toy Story universe. Buzz Lightyear is the movie that Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story is based on, the toy. So Andy watched Buzz Lightyear and he fell in love with the movie. And this is that movie. There's a disclaimer when the movie starts that said Andy watched this film. In Toy Story, Andy watched this movie and he loved it so much, blah, 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 blah. So this is that movie that Andy watched that made him want to buy the Buzz Lightyear toy. So it is part of the Toy Story universe. This was brand loyalty to me. I didn't really, it was okay, but it was more out of loyalty to Pixar and the Toy Story franchise. What is this movie? Turning Red. Turning Red was another pandemic film. It was straight to Disney Plus. I'm gonna say it was brand loyalty. I really didn't care for this movie. This is another movie that I was seeing people online on Twitter. They're like, oh my God, this movie is so great. And I was like, did we watch the same film? It was just okay to me. I didn't really care. Luca, which is another pandemic, there's a few pandemic films that came out during the pandemic, straight to Disney Plus. I thought this film was cute. It was a cute film. It had cute moments, some funny moments. Overall, I did enjoy it. So I would say it was a cute film. Soul. I will say that Soul tickled my soul. There is a line, there's like a line that I loved. I really love. Every time I see it on Instagram, I watch it. That comes from Soul. Pretty much saying that he's like, his Soul is about this teacher. Let me find the plot. A middle school band teacher whose life hasn't quite gone the way he expected it to, and then he dies, and his soul is trying to get back to Earth, roaming the Earth, roaming the spirit world, I guess you can say, trying to get back to its body. Anyways, the point is, there is a scene where he's done playing, like, he's a jazz singer, but he didn't make it in the jazz world, at least by his definition, because he's just a teacher. And then he gets the gig of a lifetime. He plays with this legend, jazz legend, in a club, and it's just perfection for him. And when they're done, they're like, so what's next? When do we do it again? And she says something, because I guess he was expecting it to be bigger, the moment to be bigger than what it was. And she tells him the story of a fish. And I'm going to find it on Instagram, and then I'll insert it here so you can hear it, because I'm probably not going to give it justice.
What's wrong, Teach?
It's just, I've been waiting on this day for my entire life. I thought I'd feel different.
I heard this story about a fish. He swims up to this older fish and says, I'm trying to find this thing they call the ocean. The ocean, says the older fish. That's what you're in right now. This, says the young fish, this is water. What I want is the ocean.
I just really love that whole scene and how it just shows, like, how we're not grateful for all the amazing things that we have, because we're just so focused on this one thing and on the way that this one thing is supposed to look like, that we fail to see all the other great things around it. Anyways, for that, I didn't cry, but Soul did tickle my soul. Next, we have Toy Story 2. I didn't really, out of all the Toy Story, this was my least favorite Toy Story. So I'm gonna say this was brand loyalty, because I watched it because it was Toy Story. So I watched it out of brand loyalty. Then Onward, which is another pandemic film, came out straight to Disney Plus during the pandemic, about teenage elf brothers, Ian and Barley, who embark on a magical quest to spend one more day with their late father. I thought this film was okay. I'm gonna say it was more of brand loyalty than anything. I didn't really care for it, but I did watch it because I thought it would be good. So it was brand loyalty. Elemental, you know what's funny? Elemental. I watched this in theaters. I think this is the first film that was back in theaters after like the whole pandemic. And when I was making the list, when I was like saving all the films for this video, I completely forgot about this movie. I was like, oh yeah, what was this? Pixar? Elemental was brand loyalty to me. I'm like, this movie was okay. I want to say it was a cute film, but overall, I like barely remember. And I watched it in theaters. It was just okay. Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2, it did not tickle my soul. I'm gonna say it was a cute film. It was a good film. But it didn't really tickle my soul. It had its moments. It had a lot of good moments. So for that, it was a cute film. Elio. You know, Elio, brand loyalty. I didn't really care for this movie. I watched it on Disney Plus And it got, I think a song got nominated for an Oscar. I didn't care for that one either. Then Hopper, which is the latest before Toy Story 5. I'm gonna say Hopper. I'm gonna say brand loyalty. I didn't care for this one either. And Toy Story 5, this is a cash grab. I am done with it. Like I said, for me, Toy Story ended at Toy Story 3. Anything that came after Toy Story 3 is a cash grab, because they just want money. So this is my ranking for every Pixar film. The first Up, Toy Story 3, and Inside Out, and Coco, they broke me. It hit my soul in so many levels. I was crying like a baby. The first Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Wall.E, and Soul, they're good films. They tickle my soul. I enjoy them a lot. And then for cute films, all these films are good. You know, they had their moments. They're enjoyable. You can watch them on Disney Plus. A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Brave, Finding Dory, Luca, and Inside Out 2. And then, because of brand loyalty, I watched Cars, the first one, The Good Dinosaur, Monsters University, The Incredibles 2, Buzz Lightyear, or no, it's just Lightyear, Turning Red, oh my God, Turning Red, Toy Story 2, Onward, Elemental, Elio, and Hoppers. And then cash grab, I did not care to eat one. I watched them, but they were a cash grab. Shame on you, Pixar. Or I did not even brand loyalty got me to watch these movies, which is Cars 2 and Cars 3, and then Toy Story 4 and Toy Story 5, cash grab. Anyways, that is my ranking. And again, guys, this is all based on my personal experience, okay? You might like some of these films more than I do, and that's okay. So don't be mean in the comment talking about, what are you talking about? Comment below and tell me what movie, what Pixar film hit your soul and made you cry like a baby. Let's see if we have the same film. Anyways, that is the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. And until my next video, bye.